Hello there, my name's Carole, welcome to my sewing room, and today I'm going to do a video about my top 10 simplicity patterns, particularly for spring and summer. I really hope you enjoy this video and it inspires you to perhaps buy or make some simplicity patterns. I recently did this video with my new look patterns. And I have to say, I think I have more new look patterns than I do anything else. So choosing my top 10 simplicity was a little harder than I thought it was going to be, because especially for dresses and tops, I tend to go to new look, whereas simplicity it's trousers. So it was really interesting experiment for me. Now, so I have chosen my top 10. There was one pair of trousers that I really wanted to include, but that was going to take me over the 10, so I thought I'd wear them instead. So that was my Simplicity 9471, and I know you can't see much of it, but I did a video about it. I made them last year and I really liked them, so I had to include that. This top, very sadly, I admit, is a new look top, so we won't talk about that one. In my new look video I just found some images, some old images of me wearing the garments. This time round I've tried everything on for you, so I will insert a bit of video footage for you to give you a better idea. So I'll put down the bulk, but they're all in order, hopefully. So I'm going to start first of all with this little gem of a pattern. It's Simplicity 9272. And I came across this because Jen from Lovely Today in Jen's Sewing Room actually made it up. She's made the whole caboodle, but I've just made the top. Now I've cheated a little bit because I've worn that top quite a bit in the videos, but what I'm emphasising is the cardigan. So it's a button-up front cardigan, and here it is with the top underneath. Now I made this in a soft knit fabric. It's absolutely so soft. It's got a facing, it's got buttons, and it has got working buttonholes, which is a miracle for me. That's the sleeveless top underneath. Simple little sleeveless t-shirt. But I love this cardigan. I have only made it once, to my knowledge. I think I may have made it again, but I think I made it in a fabric that was too rigid and it didn't work at all. So this remains my favourite. So I think it's got to be in a soft weight knit fabric, even a cotton jersey, because otherwise anything stiffer and it kind of looks like a jacket. But if that's the look you're going for, then it's perfect. So that is the cardigan to start it off with, and that was Simplicity 9272. Good pair of trousers apparently, but quite flared. The next pattern is Simplicity 8987, and I know it looks like a kind of autumn or winter pattern, but I've used this pattern so many times. What I'm going to show you is actually a kind of spring summer jumper, lightweight jumper. Now this is a very interesting pattern because it has split sleeves here. It's raglan, it's got split sleeves, you've got sleeve hem here, which you can then make longer. I'm still crossing myself that I've never made the t-shirt from this. That I must really have a go at. Now I have made this, it says for cotton types, linen types, ponte. You can basically use it in jersey, knits, wovens. I've done the lot. And I've done all the different sleeve versions. I've done the straight, I've done the gathered. I haven't done the bells, I lie. I haven't done the bell, but it's great. There is a back facing and a back opening with 3 buttons. I've only done that once, but I will show you. So these are some of the examples that I made of it. Now, this one here is the one I think I'll show you in the video. So this is why I dug it out, because it made a very lovely lightweight jumper. I didn't put the back seam in to make the keyhole opening. You don't need to. For this version, I just cut it on the fold. So as you can see, you have got a seam down the shoulder. Now, no, not lots of people like that, but it does create a nice shape. Obviously the raglan sleeves, and it has a slight, this version has a slight gather into that kind of sleeve there, and I have put some light elastic down the bottom. So it makes it a very different shape jumper, and I really liked it. So the other versions I've made, this is going back a bit now, this was in a French terry, that was just a straight version. Now this pattern is so jazzy, you can't really see the lines at all, but I just wanted to show you all the different versions that I have made of it. This one here is another one more or less exactly the same as that one. Because of the pattern you can see the lines. I've done it exactly the same as the light one, put the elastic in the bottom. You see me wearing this one on my videos all the time because I absolutely love it. Now when I first made the pattern I did put the back opening in, and I went a bit fancy, and I'm a bit cross I've never done it again. But so I had the straight sleeves. I put in, along the raglan sleeve, these 3 little buttons, just as a kind of detail, which I really liked. I also split the hem at the bottom, and I put a matching little button at the bottom. And on the back, I did the opening, and I put 3 buttons here as well. So I think maybe this was the first time I ever did it, but I really went to make it something different. And when I dug this out to show you, I thought I really want to do that again, because I thought it looked quite sweet, the little buttons, just kind of make it a bit more elevated. So that was in just a cotton jersey. So yeah, I want to make another one of those now. So on to much more summery ones now, and this was Simplicity 9107. I absolutely love the shape of this bottom hem, and I'm only made one version, and every time I wear it I love it and vow to make another. I think that's the same for us all the time, isn't it? It has a very interesting hemline, but it also has a gathered back, which is a lovely detail. I actually wore this when Katinka from Seamstress at the Cottage came to visit me last summer, and I think she approved. So this is the version I've made. I made it out of a viscose twill, very lightweight. I did have a bit of a job with the hem, but I'm older and wiser now, and I think I would do a much better job of it again another time. So obviously quite plain on the front, even though it does have that kind of scoop detail, and the shaping of it does bring that to the front. But on the back you've got these kind of lovely pleat detail. You've got the yoke and then the pleats. It's something different, and this fabric was beautiful to work with. I really like this. I do want to make it again, but as I said, I would do a far better job at doing the curves on the hems next time, because I'm older and wiser, and I know now to do a light gathering stitch to bring in those hems to make it nice and smooth. It has got, just notice actually, it has got 2 seams down here and here. So that's probably how they get it to kind of curve round. Very interesting pattern. So that was Simplicity 9107. I'm going to show you a pattern now, and is so often the case, the pattern envelope does not inspire you to make the pattern at all. It's this one, 8052. I'm sorry, but that red design just looks awful, and even that one's not great. But it is a pattern with a lot of options. I've made that version for my daughter, but I've never made it for myself. I have tend to make the V-neck version. Again, it's got a seam along the back, and you've got some gathering. It's probably easier if I show you. So this was the version I made in a viscose challis spring last year, I would say. It's the sleeve kind of comes, as you can see, down to my elbow. V-neck, not too low, thank goodness. It has got a seam along the front, and you've got a pleat detail here, but in the back you have got some gathering. So it makes it just a fun swing little top. I've made it a couple of times. I did a massive wardrobe clearance out about a month ago, and I actually got rid of the other versions that I've made of this because I really didn't like the fabric anymore, but I would definitely make this again. I think I would add some ties. Now with me, quite often things are quite boxy because I think I've got a narrow back. I wish I'd put some ties on because that would make it just bring it in a bit better, but I will definitely do that next time. So just watch out if you don't like things boxy. It's easy enough to make a couple of ties, just insert them into the side seams. I would do it along the line of this front piece here, and then you can just bring it in a bit and it might make it a bit prettier. We are on to dresses. Now, I did notice that I have a majority of my dresses, although I don't wear them that often because of the weather in the UK, but they are new look dresses. But I have got some simplicity dresses. First one I'm going to show you is 8909. Now, I know a lot of people have made this. Shoulders, nah, I'm not going to show my shoulders. So I have never done that version, but what I have done is view A at the top. So again, it's a raglan sleeve. I think there's a bit of a theme here, isn't there? I love a raglan sleeve on me, and it's got that frill detail at the bottom. This actually was a piece of fabric that the lovely Adam from Adam Sews gave to me. So here it is. It's again in a viscose challis. You can see you've got the kind of bell sleeves at the end. Raglan sleeve has got a keyhole opening the back. This one here, as I think I demonstrate in the video, it doesn't have ties, but again, to give it more interest, I used the ties and just brought it in. Easy enough to do, but I absolutely love this little dress. If I ever wanted a quick dress and I had some viscose challis, this is what I would do now for summer. So that was 8909. I couldn't do dresses without showing this one, could I? The 8640. Now, I made one of these last year. I'd made one the year before. Of course, it's made very famous by Jen and Trish from Pinky's Farm. Absolute go-to dress. And for me, it is a perfect dress when it is so hot, so humid, and you just don't want anything touching you. It's very floaty and very airy. So I've made two versions of this. The first version I made was this one, both in a viscose challis, but I put the pockets in. And I really don't like it with pockets, so that's the side seam pockets. You can see that version there actually has big pockets on the front. I wouldn't do that, that's too brave for me. I put some side pockets in and I really didn't like it. So it just makes it stick out. But I do love this dress and I wear this dress. Now, as I said, I've made two versions. The second version is very dear to me, is because I got a photo of Jen and Trish and myself all in our 8640s. Now, this is classic. You can see what I don't like about this is the facings. They pop out all the time. Even though I have top stitched them down and I've sewn them at the seams, they still pop out. And so I would say I would not put the facings on this. I would actually do a rolled hem. Or put some bias binding trim. It doesn't need the facings, they are just annoying, they flip up all the time. The front and the back one isn't too bad, but yeah, that's not my favourite thing. So there we go, it was so much better without the pockets, and just a beautiful cooling dress if you live anywhere hot and humid, or if you're going away on holiday anywhere hot and humid. If you were looking for a kind of dressier type dress, I tried this last year and I was really impressed with it. So that's Simplicity 9041. You've got a long sleeve version there, you've got the kind of full sleeve versions there, and sleeveless. I think I went between the two and did kind of a short sleeve. But here it is. It is a crossover front, but the skirt is all in one piece. I have secured it because I don't like gaping. It has beautifully long ties, which are actually a part of the pattern, which you can wrap around and do whatever you want with, really. Nice kind of full sleeve. It is a more dressier dress. I think it lands on my knees. I probably ideally would have wanted a little bit lower. It's got side seam pockets, which are fine because the skirt is so full. So I was really pleased when I made this last year. I would definitely make it again. It would be nice for the winter, really, with the longer sleeves. But there we go, in a viscose challis, beautiful fabric. I can't remember where I got it from. But you see, that's got facing, but you actually sew it down. It's got a strange kind of collar there. It's like a mandarin collar, I would think you'd say it. yeah, I was very impressed with this, and that's Simplicity 9041. On to my favourite trousers now. I have to say, I have made a lot of this pattern, Simplicity 8841, which is a huge favourite of a lot of people, as it's a lovely, easy trouser pattern. Obviously, it's quite wide leg, but there are versions that are narrower, but I've also made a lot of these, and it is more or less the same pattern. So this is when I have trouble in my wardrobe remembering which was the Simplicity and which was the New Look, but they are basically the same pattern. The only thing with this one is the elastic goes all the way around the front. But because I've been so used to making the 6517, I think when I've made this before, I've actually done the front flat like this one. So, because I never tend to follow instructions for these anymore. But the version I definitely think is 8841 is this one. So as you can see, I did the flat front. It's got those pockets where you put them on the front, which I absolutely love, rather than I just think it looks a bit more modern. I always add back pockets, and that doesn't have it, but I just cut out a pocket and I always use them. Quite wide, but as you can see, I've made quite a few of them over the years. This one here, I've put the ties on, which I quite often do, just to add a bit of something there. But yeah, I've made quite a few in many different colours. This pair I made last year, and I ended up wearing to the Barbie film with my daughter. We both wore some pink trousers. Another pair of trousers I have made so often, and again, it's a pattern that does not scream out to you to use, but it's this one, 9121. It's got a bit of a Mummy and Me vibe going on there, but that trouser pattern is lovely. It's a lot slimmer legged than the other Simplicity ones. I've never made the top, but I can imagine it's quite a nice top. But these trousers here, so these are these blue ones here. This was a very funny linen I made it out of. It's very bubbly. It looks like it's creased, but it isn't. It's very bubbly. So you've got the proper inseam pockets there, proper, the angled down, so they're not the ones that are stitched on. It's all round elasticated. Again, I put my pockets on the back. Can't do without pockets. But they are a much slimmer leg, and I really like that. I would like to make another pair of those, so I haven't got all kind of wide leg. But yeah, as you can see, they make quite a smart pair of trousers. I would wear something over the top though, because I don't like seeing the full elastic band. Finally, I have a trouser pattern that I have used many times, and actually I always get quite a few comments about this one. It's Simplicity 8957. Now I know that this pattern has its faults. It is very high-waisted. It does come up quite high, and hasn't got pockets on the back. It's got a fake welt pocket, which I've only done once, but actually on the version I'm just about to show you. Also, it's got side seam pockets here, and they can stick out. So on the version that I'm showing in the video isn't too bad at all, but just be wary of that. So 8957, so this is when I made it actually proper as it is, and this was in a kind of almost like a sateen, cotton sateen. So it is a very nice shape. As you see, you've got the fake welt pocket. I'm cross with myself because I would love to actually put a proper welt pocket in there. I think if I ever do it again as it is on here, then I will. But side seam pockets, they're not too bad on this one. I had made another version where they did make it all stick out a bit, but these are about 3 years old. I absolutely love them and wear them all the time. Now I have used this pattern a few times, and the reason is I use it as a basic trouser pattern, and I actually made my cargo jeans from it. So it's the same pattern, but I changed the pockets on the front and I put a pocket on the side. These were my kind of carpenter jeans that I made, but I used it through the basis of this pattern because this pattern really does seem to suit me. I love high-waisted. So I thought I'd show you those to show just how different it could look. The thing about this pattern, there are so many different exciting leg versions on here, And I've never done it, I've just done the straight version because they all seem too brave. You've got one with a cutout there, shorter at the front and the back. I know my husband would say to me, you've done them wrong if I did them like that. But yeah, a lot of people say to me, how do you get on with that pattern? Is it high-waisted? And I would say, yes, it's very high-waisted. Be careful of the pockets sticking out. But other than that, I think it's a good pattern. So there we go. Are you sold? Are you sold? If you're a indie pattern maker or a new look maker or don't tend to go for simplicity, have you been sold by any of these? I do hope I've given you some inspiration. It's been a great video to put together. I've very much enjoyed it. If you didn't catch my new look version of this video, then I'll put the link up above. But thank you very much for joining me. I do hope you've enjoyed this, and I hope to see you again soon in my sewing room. Goodbye for now.